Okay, so you guys know how there's this thing called social rewards or social credit, where if you behave well, you get credit and things like that. It started off in China. Anyway, now it's like a global thing, and it's kind of a secret where people are actually recruited and are given rewards if they behave well, or they do certain tasks and they're given like yeah, they're given rewards or fame or fortune. It depends how well you do. And the thing with this is that a lot of these so-called recruited spies also end up not only recruiting their children and stuff too to do the same thing, but they use their position to torture people who are dissidents and things like that. Like myself, for instance. Like if you don't want to take part in such a game, it's kind of like Squid Game, but you're not you're not trapped in a house somewhere. You are out living life. It's like reality, but except you have a lot of people who are in this community where if you're not part of the community, you become you become a target. you know so what was known as targeted individuals is now people who actually accept being targeted individuals, accept being like they accept being mind slaves. So you have people, including the police, who have access to your life and access to your mind, to control you, and they accept it. And because they accept it, they become members. And in being members, they have access to a lot of stuff. They call this all access. And with all access, you almost get away with anything and everything. It's very hard for these people to get recruited. I mean, sorry, to get jailed or anything when you do something wrong. They probably recruit their friends too. I'm not sure, but it's almost like, do you know the movie They Live? You remember when he was walking around and all of a sudden they stare at him? They're like, oh my god, he sees us. He knows who we are. Something like that. But because it's a secret, it's kind of hard to believe and kind of hard to know about unless maybe you're really in on it. That maybe they'll start telling you about it. They'll confide in you. It's like Squid Game, when that guy tries to run around tell the police and they're like, what are you talking about, you crazy man? And the cop tries to go investigate, but he ends up dead. You know, something like that. So, what's the name of this game? Does anyone know? I'm trying to wonder. I mean, I'm wondering what the name of the game is because I'm a victim of it. I've been a victim of it for a very long time. I'm a targeted individual who suffers from Havana Syndrome because of these things, and now you have actual targeted individuals who end up being recruited and become agents for this. So they end up actually consensually giving, you know, their life up. They give access to their life, whereas I am not doing such a thing. And oh, by the way, if they're recruited, they also end up doing things like torturing people via synthetic telepathy. So they actually run around just like in South Park. You remember how they run around having mind wars? They're like, they really think they're like having wars with their mind. They're doing that, but it's called synthetic telepathy, where you remember how Elon Musk wants to use Neuralink? They've already been doing things like that, but they use EMF or EMP, electromagnetic pulse or frequency, to somehow access your mind with all these waves and make you think people are talking to you, but it's actually just waves going around of people thinking and talking and stuff like that. So it's synthetic. Maybe some people have it naturally, I'm not sure, but a lot of these recruits have that. And their children as well. So sometimes you have the little children and the parents staring at you, trying to act like, ooh, I can read your mind, but don't be bothered with it, because it's gonna wind you up in a mental ward forever. It's a lot of crazy stuff. But what I want to know is, what is the name? You have a lot of celebrities, a lot of politicians who sponsor such things, who take part in it, but I'm just wondering, what is the name of this thing? Because it really destroys lives and people are really hot on it. Like, a lot of people are doing it, and if you really pay attention, you start to realize that it's a global thing now. The thing people do for Bitcoin and social rewards and fame and fortune, and it's ridiculous. They even do it for aesthetics. They do it to be prettier or taller or skinnier or whatever it is. It's crazy. You should check out the hashtag that I have going on Twitter called Cassette Cache. Cassette Cache. Just check it out, and you'll maybe get some more info on this, and you might know what I'm talking about. But it's a crazy mind game, almost like Fantasy Island, but it's reality and mind game. So let me know.